Okay, maybe we'll come back to that.
Okay.
In the meantime, this is something that I'm sure we can get at least 2 good stories out of the room. Maybe not the people here, but okay. MacGyver Meals. Please share a story when, instead of going to grocery shopping, you combined the few ingredients you had on hand. Or just sort of went, all right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this.
Everybody, think back to college.
Yeah. There's got to be something.
I've actually done that quite a lot.
Do you have a particularly amusing one? I'm trying to remember myself.
This is basically like Megan's savant skill.
Oh, this is her thing?
Yeah.
She's like, what do we have? Wait, I know what we can make.
Like, what do I have in my fridge? I'm gonna make Spanish rice today. Oh wait, I don't have chicken broth. Well, let's use beef. I don't have salsa. Let's use this other food thing. I have a thing. It's still technically called Spanish rice, but bears no resemblance.
I actually don't have any
recipe.
rice.
Yeah, there's no rice in there.
Hot Liquid Jello says, I did this once in college and did such a good job. What was it, Hot Liquid Jello? What was yours? Sorry, Johnny, what were you saying?
Oh, just I realized I was going to make pasta and realized I didn't have, I usually barbecue some chicken or something for pasta, and I didn't have any chicken, but I did have a couple of leftover pieces of bacon. And I was like, oh, okay, I could chop that up and put it in a sauce, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
And then I realized I didn't really have anything for sauce. I had like half a tin of pesto, and then I had a tin of tomato sauce, and I didn't have anything, really herbs or anything to make it with, so then I decided just to mix the two with the bacon and throw in some garlic, and it turned out fantastic. It was surprising. It was some pesto, tomato sauce, a little salt, pepper, a little sugar, and bacon and garlic. It was lovely.
That sounds good.
So, like, the one that I can
The couch
think
is
of,
rather quiet, says some people in the chat. If we can turn the room mics back up a little bit, or not back up, but up a little bit.
the one that I was
What?
thinking of,
They're not down.
Well, okay, not back up, but
Up.
up a little? Is that, I don't know.
the one that I was thinking of is.
I
like,
don't. I
maybe
can only
not-
see your hands, so I actually have no idea what you were indicating.
They're at basically as high as we want to take them before they start getting distorted and taller.
Okay.
Well, you just talk a little bit towards
So
Everyone
I guess everyone who isn't Jared and I, who has a mic in our face,
Sounds quiet.
has to speak up.
Yep.
Okay.
Project.
There we go.
I was going to offer a MacGyver meal.
Yeah.
Please, Kara, please. We have a mic in the center now, so you can actually stand
So-
in the middle of the room.
This is not necessarily
A
something
little further forward because the mic is there.
good. But my mother has, I think, questionable taste buds. And
Okay.
growing up, this happened several times where she would be middle of making something and realize, I don't have tomato sauce. And so she would substitute ketchup.
No.
So we had a spaghetti with a ketchup-based sauce-ish. We had pizza with ketchup and pepperoni. And yeah, those are the two that stick out for the most
MacGyver
part.
responsibly.
But hi Mom, thanks for that. Still haven't forgiven you. All right, moving on.
Mine is like really obvious, so it's like barely worth mentioning. But I think that there are some decent stories attached. After high school,
Sketty. You can still make Alex retch by just talking about Sketty.
Starting to say the word just a little bit.
After high school, I moved in with Bill and Morgan in a house, and one of the reasons that I moved out was because we did communal grocery shopping.
Yep.
And communal grocery shopping was Morgan, Bill, and I went to the store together and bought everything that we thought that we'd need for a week of food. We put it in a cart and we went up and paid for it together. And then we shared all the food, which was an awful idea because I was in school and Morgan and Bill were not. And so they would proceed to eat all of the food in the first 2 days, leaving me to scrounge leftovers, ramen, macaroni, whatever combination of things that I could get. And I don't remember all the combinations that happened there, but I would try different things, try and say, okay, I'm going to get a bunch of frozen fruit and make smoothies for myself in the morning. No, whatever it was, they would eat it because they were hungry and they were around, so I wouldn't get any of it. So eventually I got frustrated with the whole situation there and moved out. 6 months later, I was hanging out at Bill and Morgan's place, the place that I had just moved out of because that's where everyone hung out, and really atrociously hungry. And I was like, they're like, yeah, okay, you can eat whatever's. I think it's like 2 in the morning or something. So there was nothing open that we could eat. So they're like, yeah, eat whatever. And I'm like, oh no, this is like a Thursday. There's no food in this house. But I was very pleased to find a can of cream of chicken soup and a bunch of orzo. Which is a big bag of orzo that had never been opened.
Orzo.
Orzo is like
noodles that look like rice.
Yeah, they're small noodles that look like rice.
Oh, okay.
So I cooked up the orzo and I used the cream of chicken soup as a sauce.
Oh.
And it was delicious. Well, I mean, it was as delicious as what I needed at
As
Bill Morgan's
delicious
house.
as someone, a teenager at 2 in the morning who's starving.
Who's
Bill
scrounging,
Morgan's house.
yeah, scrounging, and the orzo had not ever been used, obviously, because it was A, you had to cook it to prepare it, and B, no one knows what orzo is good for.
So,
Turns out
what
good
would,
for putting in soup.
what would Bill and Morgan do like between Wednesday and Sunday? Were they like
I was
barely
never
seeing
sure.
everything and hibernated for the rest of the week?
But like, so the other thing was that we had Bill's Japanese exchange student who was also living with us, and we also had to buy groceries for him, and he got to eat part of like whatever that was. Now, when I was moving,
starved and you
when
never
I was
saw him.
moving out in high school, my family gave me this care packet of things, like toilet paper and extra blankets and things like that. But one of the things, there were some joke things in there. One of them was a can of Spam, and we were like, ha 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 ha! I'm never gonna eat it. And it sat in the back of the cupboard until one day at the end of one of these weeks when food was scarce. Hero comes up to me and he's like, "Jer, I'm really sorry. I know it was yours, but I ate the can of meat." I will replace it. I will replace it. I'm like, no, don't worry about it. But he made a point of buying me another can of brand X Spam.
Hero was a way nicer guy than deserved to live with
with
Bill Morgan.
He bought a can of brand X Spam, which lived in the back of that cupboard for some number of months until I woke up one day after a party at that house
Oh no!
and found the Spam sitting gelatinous on the counter with a pentagram carved in chalk and candles arrayed around it.
Oh my god!
And no explanation was ever given to me.
I'm so glad you moved out before you died, either of starvation or demons.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Or a
That was the
sacrifice.
thing that I recall happening.
Oh my god.
Oh
How
wow!
the heck do you follow that?
Yeah, I don't think you do.
Well, I'm about to draw the wormwood
I-
lot. Though I did want to share because I asked him to mention it. Hot Liquid Jello in the chat, who said I did this in college once. They made Mex-Korean carbonara.
What?
They threw salsa, spaghetti, bulgogi.
Bolognese?
Bolognese.
No, Bulgogi.
Oh yeah,
Bulgogi. So salsa, spaghetti, bulgogi, and an egg together, and garlic herb butter.
Huh.
Apparently, they say it was good.
I don't believe it.
We'll take their word on that.